Create a multicoloured stroke design. Now please check out my earlier videos on how to do this, how to create this nice colourful design. However, there's one feature that I didn't show, and that's if you go to the appearance panel, and that's the key panel for this, click there and you've got 400, make certain the scale with object is set on. The result isn't as good if you don't do that, I think. So just click there again on that one, scale with object, and again that one as well. However, with this video, what you need to do is use photo, because I want to use it in photo. So I'm just going to quickly go to File and Edit in Photo. If you haven't got Affinity Photo, you won't be able to do this. So Edit in Photo, and you will see the design there. Now with this design, what you can do, you can hold down the Alt or Option key, and you can duplicate this design. And you maybe do it multiple times. Create 3 or 4 layers, 5 or 6 layers, up to you. And you can see them in your Layers panel. And you can resize that. And that's the reason why I went for the scale, so it just looks nicer. The result isn't so good if you don't use that. And you can resize that one, and I'm going to resize that one, and also resize that one. And you can do, obviously, just play around with them until you get happy with the design. Now, once you've selected all of those, what I'm going to do, just going to align them. And you can see now nicely aligned on top, which is fine. However, what you can do also is you can select them individually, say that one, and go with, say, difference. So you can get even more colours. Go to that one, difference. You don't have to use difference. You could use maybe one of the other ones, colour dodge. Maybe go there and use difference again, or maybe screen. Just try them out. Obviously, you can create all number of colour combinations. Maybe go for difference or exclusion, and so on and so on. And you might not like certain parts, you can always resize and move them around. And again, once you've done that, it's always probably best just to make certain they're nicely aligned. And you've got your design there. Now what you can do then is once you've got this, you can now merge them all into a single design. So layer and merge visible. So merge visible, and they all merged into a single pixel layer. And that's the key thing. Now I don't want these anymore. I'm just going to deselect those, so you don't see them. And you've got just this design here. Because now what I can do, I can go and use it in a layer and pattern layer from selection. And it needs a pixel layer. So that's that. And you can see your design there. Now what you can do, you can remove that one as well. It just looks a bit of a mess having that there. But what you can also do is you can hold down the Alt or Option key and duplicate that. And you can see then you've got that. And you've got then 2 layers, these pattern layers. And of course what you can do, you can make them line them slightly better than that if you want. But you can also go to Layer and Merge Selected. So they all become one pattern layer. And then you can resize that design. And of course you can apply effects to them. Maybe go over to Filters, or maybe go to Layer and New Adjustment Layer, and maybe Recolor or HSL, just to modify all the colours if you want to do that. So HSL, bring this panel up, and you can see then you can just run through those colours to create all kinds of different colour combinations there, which garish may be. Also what you can do, of course, you can always, with that pattern layer, you can distort it. So you don't have to keep it as is. And also what you can do, you just go up here to the top left, and you can set the mirror on. So the mirror on. Now the result is slightly odd because of the way it's done. But it does mean now that you can use various filters. I always think that if you don't use the mirror, it doesn't look so great. So I'm going to go with distort and deform. And now I can just say, let's just do that. And I'm just distorting this one. You can add some pins or handles to that design, and you can distort it. And you can see then you can warp the design. And you can create all kinds of different weird and wonderful colour effects. And you can also use similarity if you want to use that, which may be better. Maybe go further out and create all kinds of very abstract, colourful designs that way. Once you're happy with it, click Apply. Maybe apply it again. So Filter, Repeat, Deform, and you can see what the result is there. And it's still a pattern layer, which you can then move it around, resize, rotate, maybe hold down the Alt or Option key and duplicate that. And then you can see you can get, obviously, there. And maybe continue to modify this. Maybe rotate that. You might think, oh, you know what? That looks nicer that way. But you also, what you can do, you can combine them. Again, select both pattern layers go to Layer and Merge Selected. The result may be slightly not as nice. Sometimes Merge Selected doesn't always result in exactly the thing you want. But you can see the design there, and you of course can resize that. However, once you've done all that, what you can always do is you can go to File and Edit in Designer. Back to Designer, and now in Designer you can see, of course, lost here the appearance. Obviously this is just a pixel layer, but you've got your pattern layer which you can then manipulate and combine maybe with other designs, etc. Well, hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.